Okay, last year I made a video where I talked about 5 various mistakes I've done in my He-Man and She-Ra videos, and this year I decided to do another 5. A lot of these are not as big or blatant as the ones in the previous video. You can kind of see the previous year's video was the kind of best of all the biggest mistakes I've made. But these were still interesting, and at the very least glaring enough that I felt I should compile them together. Let's get on with it. Number 1, Stratos cameo in the arena. You know, I should probably just do more He-Man Season 2 reviews to get these minor flubs out of the way. There's so many instances where I've kept referring to the episode Day of the Machines as the Energy Beast, which is actually a completely different and weirdly way worse episode. But anyway, I digress. I ended my last mistakes video talking about the various Ram Man appearances that I originally failed to acknowledge in my Season 2 reviews introduction video. And of course, while digging up Ram Man's appearances, I also realized that Stratos had in fact appeared in another Season 2 episode besides the betrayal of Stratos. The arena is one of those episodes that other He-Man fans talk a big game about, but I honestly find a little bit boring, which is why I haven't bothered reviewing it. But I probably should have, since Stratos actually helps out in the battle. He doesn't get any dialogue, of course. Now, I'm pretty sure this is the only other appearance Stratos had in Season 2, but Wiki Grayskull doesn't even acknowledge this one, so there may in fact be yet another Stratos cameo that I'm unaware of. Number 2, Kobla Khan and She-Ra. This is a pretty recent one, but again, I have to acknowledge it. In my Kobla Khan episodes review video, which weirdly seems to be my consistently most popular He-Man video, I made the mistake of saying that Kobla Khan didn't get any appearances on She-Ra. Then, of course, during my review of the Sword of She-Ra 5-parter, which kicks off the series, I discovered that Kobla Khan did in fact appear in the final episode, The Battle for Bright Moon. Now today I'm excused because it had been a while since I'd even watched the movie cut of the episode, but he's clearly there using his powers, so I really should have caught that one. Also, this isn't the only Kobla Khan mistake, but just wait for a while. Number 3, Bob Arkwright's credits. This is another minor one which happened in the previous mistake video. Whoa, mistakeception. Anyway, in the part where I discussed Larry DiTilio's relationship with the Time Corridor, I mistakenly said that Bob Arkwright, who directed the episode Evil Seed, but no other He-Man episodes, though I think he did do a few She-Ra ones, was usually in charge of backgrounds. I even used a screenshot from the series end credits, and yeah, no, it wasn't backgrounds, it was the storyboards, i.e., you know, the little comics they make out of the script so they can visualize how to produce an episode. So no wonder Evil Seed's such an awesome episode. Number 4, Sebrian's name. Hey, finally a mistake from the 60-second He-Man reviews of the new adventures. The biggest one, which was me complaining about the anadroids when I thought they were called androids, was already well documented. However, again, I really should just consult Wikipedia once in a while, because if you look at a few of the very early 60 seconds reviews, you'll notice how many times I misspelled Sebrian's name as Sebrian. In fact, I'm pretty sure that's what I'm calling him in the video too. Sometimes it's just better to be extra sure. And number 5, is Skelly really saying Kobla Khan? Alright, here's a mistake I was so convinced was actually true that I even turned it into a running gag for the Secrets of Grayskull review video. I mentioned how in the Magic Falls it sounds like Skelly is calling Kobra Khan Kobla Khan, and the same seems to be repeated in the Secret of Grayskull episode. However, upon closer inspection, I started to realize I was the one hearing Alan Oppenheimer wrong. Now listen to both of these clips closely.
Know what to do, Kobla Khan. Chain her up, Kobla Khan.
Now in English, you sometimes have people pronouncing what can be called a weak R. You probably run into this phenomenon before, because English uses a rhotic R. If it gets cut off by a hard consonant, such as the K's in Kobra and Khan, you might struggle a bit to get back on track with the pronunciation. And if it's really bad, you might accidentally mispronounce it as an L sound. So that's why Oppenheimer's R is so weak. Now, also the audio in He-Man is in mono, and also Oppenheimer has an additional reverb in his voice in some episodes, so the audio gets very muddy. But if you listen very, very carefully, you can actually hear him say the R sound correctly.
Kobla Khan, Kobla Khan, Kobla Khan.
And that's my long and complicated explanation for why this joke, which I used in 2 videos, is actually incorrect. That's all from me for now. Until next time, I have the power, so can you.